Sunday, December the 4th, 2011, and I'm in Shiplake doing book 1, walk 9, approximately 11 miles round to Henley. I'm in a very bad mood this morning because once again the transport systems let me down. Train leaving Paddington was 20 minutes late, consequently I missed my connection at Twyford. Had to jump in a taxi van with somebody else, so it's cost me an extra tenner just to get here. The journey from London is only £8.80 with the rail card, and it's 11:30 as well. I should have been here at 11. The walk is approximately 11 miles. It'll be touch and go now whether I can get this done to catch the 4 o'clock train back from Henley. Highly unlikely, I'd say. Anyway, the only positive today is that it's not raining. It's a grey, cold day, around 5 or 6 degrees. Perfect walking weather in my opinion. So less chat, more action. See if I can calm my mood down a bit before the next commentary. So about 10 minutes in, calmed down a bit. As you can see, 3/4 of a mile to Shiplake village centre, and down at Shiplake Lock. Those 3 girls up ahead of me had the same problem, and they're also doing the same walk, I believe. Lock from another angle, and despite not being in South London, or south of London, I'm still getting jet noise issues. Although that's not exactly a jet, that's a light plane. Quite a cold wind today, but not complaining, it's better than having it raining. Branching away from the Thames Path and the Thames now at Shiplake College. About to take the gravel path mentioned in the text. Not really a great deal to film at this point. Shiplake Church with its congregation. It's around about that time of day where they're just emptied. And there's a cedar of Lebanon, referred to in the text. And as you can see, 12 noon. So I've been walking approximately half an hour already. Really need to rush it today. Point 10 of the text. Branch off by this lone holly bush. No electric fences any longer. That's where you would veer left with the farm track. Views from the stile with stone steps mentioned in point 10 of the text. I'm going to follow this fence right. Point 12 of the text. There's no longer a mini pylon, and the field seems to have been enlarged since the text was written or updated, because after 50 metres there's no further stile to cross. But you can see in the distance there the cluster of 3 houses and a footpath sign where you turn right. So a little bit of an update there, I believe. Following Kiln Lane for 700 odd metres, and it is rather muddy underfoot. No problem though. Okay, 12:30. I'm at Binfield Heath, and here's a possible early lunchtime stop. The Bottle and Glass Breakspear pub, and a very pleasant one it looks as well. Imagine that in the summer. Great, eh? Anyway, I'm pressing on, seeing as it is only 12:30. I don't know if I'll get to Rotherfield Greys by 2, but we'll see. I'm now continuing along the Chiltern Way, the Berkshire loop. Which is on up ahead that way. Point 19 in the text, where it says there's a yellow marker on the footpath, on the marker post. In fact there isn't, and I went right there incorrectly. You should just continue straight on, follow the blue bridleway marker, and then you'll be following these markers on trees. As you can see, it's a downhill descent. Just starting to rain, I think. Hope not after my disaster so far. Point 20 in the text. Ascending towards the BBC's Crowsley Park, or Crowsley Park, through very pleasant mixed deciduous woodland. Point 20 of the text, and I'm in a very pleasant mixed deciduous woodland next to the fence, or the rusting railings of the BBC's Crowsley Park, or Crowsley, however it's pronounced. Onward journeys that way, with the sound of kites in the background. This is typical Chiltern's scenery. The autumn beech leaf collection underfoot. A few stragglers up there. Coming up 1 o'clock. Paragraph 22 by the timber framed building, and we're now on the Chiltern Way extension. Still got the Heathrow aircraft noise in the background, along with that warning note of a bird I do not recognise. In fact, I do recognise it. It's that nuthatch. Gone. And there are the transmitters of Crowsley Park, I believe. Point 23 of the text, just next to the 2 cottages mentioned therein, and apparently only a mile to Henley. Clearly that's not the way we're going, because I haven't even had our lunch yet. We are going over that stile, but there must be several twists and turns to take before we get back to Henley. Friendly farmyard cat, or maybe not so friendly. Quite a pleasant view from here, spoilt by that little darmit dog next to me. Right, now that little mutt's gone, get a far more pleasant appreciation of the view now, and from a better angle as well. Delightful. Scenery at point 25 in the text. Very quiet now. So back in Rotherfield Greys, where we were the other week on the Henley to Pangbourne walk, but this time I'm actually having lunch here. Arrived at 10 to 2, absolutely teeming with rain, so my day got worse today because that wasn't forecast. So delayed trains and rain all in one day. I'm now stood in the little shelter opposite the church, which has provided me with a very convenient lunchtime stop and shelter. Left off now, but I think it will rain again. There's the maltsters over there. Which obviously we filmed the other week as well. So it can be done, you can get here before 2, and by all accounts, however, that's not the better lunchtime stop, the other one is. There's an interesting fact. The shelter was erected by Sir Francis and Lady Stapleton in commemoration of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, 1897. Lovely, and a very nice shelter it did provide me today. My onward journey, I believe, is back over there through that wooden kissing gate, whence we walked the other week. So, at this point, you've got 2 options. The main walk goes that way, which is the one I'm going to be following. The shorter walk, which is 2.5 miles to Henley, is that way, and would be the walk that I did the other week, Henley to Pangbourne. Following that route, I should imagine. Anyway, my onward journey's over there, 20 degrees. No fires today. So we exit the wood at Rotherfield and enter a field of cows. But luckily for me, there's an electric fence between them and myself. These ones are okay anyway because they're Jerseys. It's the Frisians that are a bit dodgy. Rain's left off, thank God. Just walked past that black bull there, and I now realise why he's giving me the eye. This new low alpine ruck day sack has got an orangey red rain cover, which I've got out at the moment, so I better move on, otherwise he'll be charging me very shortly. Unbelievable. Half an hour ago it was pouring with rain, now it's blue sky. Field over there with a kite flying around. Lovely. Oh, this is a moneyed area. Look at that for a tree house. Lovely view backwards there. What a great shot of fungus that is. And there's the kites in the background. Their song anyway. And another interesting fungi. The war memorial mentioned in the text. Now following this footpath to the National Trust's Greys Court. Still in the village of Rotherfield Greys, by the way. Wooden village hall just behind me. Rather pleasant view, mentioned in point 38 of the text. Well, not mentioned in, but that's where I'm at. Just missed a kite on the floor as well. Just as I was about to start filming him, took off, unfortunately. Incidentally, both of the styles mentioned in the text are now gates. The view down the valley from Greys Court, very pleasant it is as well, as you would imagine from a country house. There it is, just behind me there, or or was behind me. More buildings and ruins. You'll notice there, advice to walkers, livestock abound. There's a reason why. Attacks on sheep. Problem with today's walk I'm finding is that there's very few parts of it that are away from traffic noise. It's quite busy, in inverted commas. Information board here telling us about the old Henley Road. Sunken hollow on the left. And this gate is actually called Johnny's Gate. Not sure if you can see that there. So stood next to the property known as Broadplatt Croft, about to take the footpath headed towards Lower Assendon. And this whole wood is known as Lambridge wood on the map. Following the arrows through this wood, underfoot it's almost like walking on a bog, because the recent leaf litter is hiding little traps of water. So that's quite fun. For the timekeepers, it's now 3 o'clock, which means I've got an hour to get that 4:02 train. Views out to the right of Lambridge Wood. Point 46 of the text, and we have a not very clear indication to turn right here following footpath 25, which I'm assuming is that junction over there. Towards the end of Lambridge Woods. Nice bit of walking in here. Probably the most tranquil bit of the day so far. Exiting Lambridge Wood, coming out onto the golf course. Some very pleasant thrush song in the background, which I suspect might be missile as opposed to song. Looking back towards Lambridge Wood from the golf course in the now setting sun. Once again walking beside familiar territory. We've walked down here before. This is the razor wired fence of Friar Park, where George Harrison used to live. That's probably why someone's left a memento there in the fence. Friars Park Lodge House there in the twilight. Okay, made it with about 3 minutes to spare. Book 1, walk 9 completed. Bit of a rushed ending, but there you go. Not a bad walk at all. Shame about the rain.